No matter whether the primary cooling system on your car is coolant or air, the secondary cooling system on all engines is oil. And that can be greatly enhanced with a slight modification. And to give us some pointers, Lyndon Abel, General Manager of Patriot Harley-Davidson in Fairfax, Virginia. Lyndon, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Pat.
All right. Give us your take on oil coolers.
Okay. Well, as you were discussing, everybody is familiar with the fact that oil's primary job is to lubricate, but so many people do not recognize that its secondary purpose is to cool, and it's a very important part of its job. What we have here is an oil cooler from a late model Harley-Davidson, and this is essentially just a radiator, and oil comes in one side, goes out the other. In between are thin pipes attached to these fins, which very effectively dissipate heat. So that as that oil is routed through here, it's shedding an awful lot of its heat. One of the popular misconceptions with an oil cooler is that they only work at speed. And while there is no question that they are more efficient at exchanging heat at speed, even in stop-and-go traffic or not moving at all, it does make a big difference in how much heat is shed out of your oil. And if you don't believe that, just put your hand up next to an oil cooler when it's parked in traffic. You'll feel plenty of heat coming off of it.
And for those of you who don't know why this is so important, oil gets moisture in it. And that moisture continually builds up unless the oil temperature reaches at least 212 degrees to boil the water out of the oil.
Quite right. And that's why it's important to get a quality oil cooler that's designed for your vehicle that has a thermostat in it. This is, again, the same example of a Harley-Davidson oil cooler. And this has a thermostat inside it, which does two things. One, it doesn't overcool the oil. So if you're out in the wintertime riding around, it's not keeping that oil, below 200 degrees. It's not allowing it to warm up enough to boil off that moisture. But also it allows the oil, even in summertime, to come up to temperature more quickly because it's just circulated through the engine until it comes up to proper operating temperature, and then it's allowed to go through the oil cooler.
Very important point. And folks, any engine can benefit from an oil cooler, but you have to make sure that you buy a quality part and that quality part has a thermostat in it and that it is properly installed. Lyndon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at MotorWeek.